text 8 point. What text did we study last time? Yeah, 15 and 16. Okay. Did you discuss?
No,
Okay, so quickly, just if you can recall 1-2 points from last time. What all did we discuss?
3 types of klesha.
Okay, what are they?
The 3 type of kleshas are Adibhautik, Adhyatmic, and Adidevik. Adhyatmic is the one that is caused by our own mind. Adibhautik is the suffering that is caused by others, and Adidevik is the natural calamities and all those by Durga Devi.
Okay, thank you. Okay, anything else? Yes.
One reason why we want to leave the jail is to meet your family. For example, in the material world, we want to meet our family, but in general, our goal is to meet our spiritual family, which is Krishna. That is one of the motivation, and also the power is always in the Guru's Adesh. That's how you have to follow the path.
Correct.
In spirituality.
So with respect to the jail, so we were talking last time about how this material world is like a prison cell, and in the material world, wherever you go, whether you are in a good part of the town or whether you're a part of the slum, it is just moving from A class jail to C class jail. But jail is a jail, isn't it? Just because some place has more facilities doesn't mean it's better, because still our freedom is restricted. So we were comparing the material world to be like a jail, and material world means all the 14 planetary systems, including the heavens, including the hell, and anything in between. Everything is jail. Okay, thank you. One more you have?
I have so many. The greatest motivation, even for the atheist, is misery, to follow the spiritual path of God.
Okay.
And
I'm not sure if in misery atheists will turn to God, but I said that. Okay, my mistake.
And also, Bhuloka is the place where you can take the flight for Golok, not any other planetary.
Okay, anyone else? Thank you. Yes, Rohit Babu.
As we discussed,
Okay.
that as Mehta told, Bhuloka is the place where people from even the heavenly planets are there, and people from the lower planets are also there. So that's why we find many types of people who are into different things, and Bhuloka is a place where people from all types exist, and it's a best place to practice our spirituality so that we can go back to God.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Like also we're discussing, like even if we get like a flight today for like Golok Vrindavan, even though we think that we want to go back to Krishna, but like if we look deep inside, we still have too many attachments, and it's not really possible that if we'll be able to take that flight or not. We think we would, but in reality it's going to be very different. And also one point, that a killer person is called or known as the killer of a soul, who didn't use this chance to cross this like Bhulok or cross this river, and did not follow the Guru's Adesh and could have gone back to Krishna.
Correct. Yes.
We compared human body as with the boat.
Correct.
And material existence is as a bigger ocean. So if we don't, as Prabhu said, if we don't use this boat to cross this ocean, that is what we are making a biggest mistake in our life.
Yeah, then you have lost the opportunity.
To
Such a person is called as the killer of the soul, Atmaha. Okay, very good. So we'll continue from there. Last time we did this verse. You can repeat. Mam upetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam nabnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gata. Yeah, can someone read? Where was the mic?
After attaining me, the great souls, who are yogis in devotion, never return to this temporary world. which is full of miseries because they have attained the highest perfection.
So the Supreme Lord Shri Krishna has a special realm kept aside for his devotees, and there is no problem. There is no birth, no old age, no disease, no death, and no miseries. There's only happiness. Whatever the people of this world are planning for, the utopian world, which seems very hypothetical, definitely it's not possible here, or in the heavenly planets, because even if one goes to the heavens, he only lives longer, but still one has to die, isn't it? But in spiritual world, Krishna says there is no death. There is only happiness. There are no temporary relationships. In Sanskrit, there is no word called as divorce. So you can understand how the yogis in devotion means who are his devotees. For his devotees, they don't have to suffer in this material world. This material world is meant for people who have turned away from Krishna. For devotees who are turning again back towards Krishna, Krishna says, this is not a place for all of you. You can come back to my abode. So now the remainder of this chapter, Krishna is just inspiring Arjuna to come back to spiritual world. I think therefore the chapter title is Attaining the Supreme Abode. What is the chapter title? 8th chapter? Attaining the Supreme. That is going back to spiritual world. Okay, so we will continue from here. This is where we left off. 16th one. 16th also we did. Same again, Krishna is saying from Brahma to an ant, everywhere there is birth and death. But you attain me, then you will no more be stuck in the cycle of birth and death. Okay, now we'll start with 17th one. Sahasra Paryantam Aharyad Brahmano Viduhu Ratrim Yuga Sahasrantam Teho Ratravido Janaha Vido Janaha. Okay, next.
By human calculation, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day, and such also is the duration of his night.
So, it is mentioned here by human calculation. That means in human years, 1,000 ages taken together form the duration of Brahma's one day. I mean 1,000 yugas. Not 1,000 yugas means 1,000 divya yugas. Make Brahma's 112 hour. So, okay, good, I have pen, but I will disconnect. Okay, let me just show you. Okay, so say Brahma's lifetime is equal to 12 1,000 divya yugas. Okay, we have to just break it down. Now one divya yuga is equal to anyone knows? What is one divya yuga? 4 yugas. Let's put it as Satya, Treta, Dwapara and Kali. So here Satya Yuga is how many years? Yes, Jayant Prabhu. 1.431. 1.43 million. No? Okay, so let's say this is Kali. It is Satya Yuga is 4 times Kali. This is 3 times Kali. This is 2 times Kali Yuga. And this is 1 time Kali Yuga. I'm pretty sure you know what is Kali Yuga length.
5
No?
lakh.
No?
No, 5.
Equal to 10 times Kali, which is equal to 10 into. What is Kali Yuga? Total time period of Kali Yuga. Yeah, correct. 4,000 to nahi.
4 lakh 70 something. 70.
4 lakh is correct.
कुछ तो around that.
4, 3,
Satchidanand Priya Prabhu.
Oh, like
I was just allowing you guys to try. Yeah. So you can say 4.32 into 10 power 5, correct. तो ये हो गया 10 power 6. Oh, sorry. Oh, I go. What's happening? 8 to 10 power 6. Yeah. This is one Divya Yuga. So therefore Brahma's lifetime is how much? Lifetime represented by L as a function of Brahma. L of B is equal to how much?
1000.
What is that?
1000 is 10 power 9 into 4.3.
Yeah, but you write it as 4.32 into 10 power 9. 10 power 9 is what? Billion, right? So 4.3 billion years is equal to how much? Lifetime nahi hai, sorry. Yeah, this is not function of L. It is function of D. Day. Day means 12. The daytime, 12 hours. This is 12 hours of Brahma. And he has 12 hours of night. So therefore his 24 hours is equal to 6.4. Oh, what am I saying? 8.64 into 10 power 9.
Is one blink is
One day.
One day.
One blink is one day.
No, one
One
blink.
No, in one of the Krishna's pastime, for 1 year.
In Brahma Vimon Lila, he only went for a moment. It's
Oh,
not
that's
defined.
not-
It's
oh,
not
it is not
defined.
defined. Okay.
Not defined. Yeah. So if you have understood this, it's fine. 12 hours. Now, if you can just round it up. So 24 hours of, sorry for my handwriting, Brahma in human years is 8.64 billion years. Right? This is okay? Now, this is, you can say this 1 day of Brahma, like one complete day. One complete day. Now, how many such days does Brahma live? By design, 100 days. Huh? How many days? So how many days?
36500.
So therefore, so we take for ease of calculation. We don't consider by mistake you died in an accident, whatever that. So lifetime of Brahma is 100 into 365 into 8.64 into 10 to power of 9. Calculator again. Calculator. 365 into 8.64 करो. 8.64. Or you can say 3.6. Sorry.
10 to the power of 12.
Let's just say 3.65. Just put this as 10 power 4.
Prabhuji, is it 365 or 3.6?
3.6.
No, I made it 3.65 and put the raise the power to 4 on 10.
3.65 into 8.6.
Sorry for the maths class. This we are explaining because proper talks all this in the purport. We're just covering it.
31.53.
30, okay. 31.536,
536.
right? So if you move the decimal, it will become 3.1536 into 10 power 14. Correct? So these many human years he lives. That is, how much is this? Is this correct? It should come 3.11 actually. Trillion that too. Or 311 trillion. This is coming 315 trillion. And it's a big difference. 311 to 315 trillion.
4.
There's something wrong here.
31.5.
It comes same, right?
That is same.
536.
3.65 into 8.64 is 3 points.
Anyway, we have gone somewhere wrong. Because we know the answer beforehand. So in maths exam, what do? You say equal to
Answer.
311 into 10 5. Yeah, but anyway, so we are somewhere there. So let us see the purport, what Prabhupada says. But this is just to give an estimation on how long does Brahma live. So this becomes about 300 over 300 trillion years. That's the lifetime of Brahma. So Albert Einstein also he discovered the time relativity. As you go away from Earth, there's a change in how time functions. Either it slows down. So similarly, in the Shastra, it is mentioned actually every living entity lives 100 years, whether it be Brahma, or whether it be human beings, or whether it be ants. But Brahma's 100 years, in the unit Brahma years, 100 Brahma years, is equal to 300, over 300 trillion human years. Yeah. Similarly, for an ant, or sometimes you can observe a moth. Moth sometimes take birth at night, then grows up in 1 hour, by eating somehow, and then they reproduce next hour. Then they become father or mother, and then they become grandfather next hour. By 4 a.m. they're all dead. But they have lived their 100 years. But from our point of view, they have lived not even in a proper night. So you see the power of time relativity. So from Brahma all the way to an ant, everyone is living their 100 years. That is the experience, living the 100-year experience. So we'll go through the verses and we'll see what is the point of all of this. Why to discuss the lifetime of Brahma? Why is Krishna never talking about it? So therefore he says, and such is also the duration of his night. So as of now, 12 hour of Brahma is how much?
311 trillion.
No, that's lifetime.
Oh, lifetime.
12
hours.
Yeah, 12 hours. How much?
150.
Wrong.
No. Wait. 1 second. You
1
said
year?
Huh?
1 year.
No.
No, 12 hours.
It's 4 years.
432 billion.
Oh, there you go. Thank you. 4.32 billion.
Yeah, 4.5.
4.32 billion. Okay. Yeah. So Prabhupada is giving all this calculation here. See, he says here 311 trillion 40 billion. Oh, karo, aa jayega 315. Correct, no? It's correct only. Haribo. Yes. 311 trillion and 40 billion earth years. Okay. Okay, so that's what Prabhupada is discussing. Now you read from here. Who's reading? Can you read? In the material universe.
In the material universe, not even Brahma is free from the process of birth, old age, disease, and death. Brahma, however, is directly engaged in the service of Supreme Lord in the management of this universe. Therefore, he at once attains liberation.
Yeah. So anyway, the point here is that even Brahma is not free from death. He also has to end. Yeah. Even though it looks like he's living such a long life. But what use is a long life in the material world? Because we always have the experience that time passes very quickly. Even an old man feels like that. After living your entire life, when you just look back, you feel I was just young a few years ago. You feel like that. So this is the illusion which we're all living in. That means you can even live another 1,000 years. You'll never feel that I've lived enough. We always feel, but baby, just now I was just growing up. I still remember my mother cooking breakfast for me. So the illusion is very strong and the time leaves no one. The Kala Sarpa, the serpent of time, spares no one. So even if Brahma living such a length of time, he also has to die. This actually highlights the temporary nature of the material world. We'll go next verse. Avyakta vyaktaya sarvaha prabhavantyah ragame ratyagame praliyante tatreva vyakta samgyake. Okay, next.
At the beginning of Brahma's day, all living entities become manifest from the unmanifest state, and thereafter, when the night falls, they are merged into the unmanifest again.
That means that every time Brahma is born, every day, Brahma actually gets up. Whenever Brahma gets up every day, he gets up in the morning, he has to recreate the universe. Because of the night of Brahma, everything is destroyed. every day it's destroyed. That means at the end of 1000 Divya Yugas, there is a partial destruction. There is actually complete destruction that happens. And morning he gets up and sees there's nothing. Again he has to create. Again when he sleeps at night, everything is destroyed by the causal ocean. Again next day he gets up, he again has to create. You see? Now we might feel, why is Brahma acting like a child? Isn't it? Because he's just creating, he's like a small child. He's building a sandcastle on the shore of the beach. The wave comes and destroys the sandcastle. Again he's building. If you're the parent, you will say, "Arey, leave it. It's it's anyway bound to be destroyed. Why are you building something that's bound to be destroyed?" But Brahma does it as a service. What is that service? Brahma is actually creating this material world so that there is a facility for the living entities to come and try to fulfill our desires, material desires. Therefore, he is engineering this universe. But we can understand everything in this world is bound to be destroyed. And therefore, when we see from Brahma's point of view, you can see things as so temporary. When we see from our experience point of view, we feel, yes, Krishna consciousness can be practiced tomorrow also. But today I have this problem, that problem, so many other problems to deal with. So Krishna is trying to give Arjuna the idea how temporary the material world is. Sometimes standing with respect to our own frame of reference, we cannot make out the illusion. Isn't it? Like say your friend is crying after he failed an exam. It's always easy to console him. See, you failed the exam. Can you console yourself?
No.
Very difficult. You need someone else to console you. So similarly, when we ourselves are undergoing life, versus when we see from Brahma's point of view that everything is so temporary, he has to recreate everything every day. But believe me, we are also doing the same thing every life. Every life we grow up from childhood, boyhood, teenager, adulthood, old age, and death. And whatever achievements, accolades we have gained, everything is lost at the time of death. And next lifetime, again nursery, again school, again college, again job or graduate studies or PhD, and again work, again family, again old age, again death. And after that, again birth, again childhood. Of course, there's some difference. Not every time might be a human body. You can experience the same in a dog body, pig body, different bodies.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter so much. Why? Because whether you are whatever body you are doing it in, for example, if you're growing in the US versus growing in India, there will be some different flavor to it. Growth. What growth is growth? Isn't it? The same pattern follows. So therefore Krishna is telling Arjuna, this material world is a place of misery, especially because whatever you work hard for will be snatched at the time of death. You cannot take anything with you, not even your identity. You can say, Prabhu, but this is the thing I alone worked hard for. I didn't depend on anyone. Still, it will be taken away. So therefore, when we are investing energy in our lives, we should really question our endeavors. Why am I doing this? For what good? If it is not taking me closer to the ultimate goal of life, if it is not helping me attain liberation from the cycle of birth and death, as now Krishna will introduce it, if it is not taking me back to the spiritual world, it's an effort gone in vain. So when you see from a third person's point of view, especially from Brahma's point of view, this is so childish. Like a child holding a balloon and experiencing great ecstasy, or when he loses, he's experiencing great negative emotions. For a parent, he is so indifferent, he or she is so indifferent with respect to the balloon. But they have their own balloon. That balloon is probably takes his, for a man or for an adult, job is very important, isn't it? But his parents will say, "Arey, come back to India, I have a business." So for them, what is this fighting for a job? Similarly, for a devotee, he sees, why are these materialistic people simply fighting for something material? Let it go. I mean, if you don't let it go, it will be snatched away from you. Which is easier? to let it go yourself, or someone will, hold the collar, give you a tight slap, and snatch it away from you? Better to let it go. So, better to let it go in heart. I'm not saying be responsible, but it is called as responsible detachment. We need to let it go from our attachments. We should not be attached to it, because no one, say if I tell Sachinandan Priya Prabhu, I'll just go and come for 5 minutes somewhere, you hold my bead bag. Now if he thinks, oh mil gaya, I always wanted a bead bag, if he says, now I hold on to it. Now he knows after 5 minutes this fellow is going to come back. So when I'm going to come back, I'm going to ask for the bead bag. Now if he says, Prabhu, 5 minutes I develop such strong attachment to this bead bag, I will not give it, then I will have to snatch it. So when he knows it will be lost, it will be, it does not belong to me, I have to give it away. Why to develop unnecessary attachment to it? Yes, because he was given a responsibility to hold it, he can hold on to it. But no one told him that, I never told you can hold on to it forever, isn't it? So therefore, in this material world, everything is like that. Isha vasam idam sarvam yad kincha jagatyam jagat tena taktena bunjita magda kasya suddhanam, Iskcon says. Iskcon says that in this material world, everything belongs to Krishna. Everything. Krishna also in the Gita says everything belongs to me. Iskcon, mostly Swambhu Manu who is speaking, he also says everything belongs to Krishna. And now when everything belongs to Krishna, Krishna doesn't say, I will not give you living entities anything. He says, Tena taktena bunjita. Little, whatever you guys deserve according to your karma, I'm given. Be satisfied with what you have. Don't fight amongst yourself for that which doesn't belong to you. But unnecessarily, on account of illusion, we think we deserve more than this. Why only one iPad? Why this is such an old iPad? I want the latest iPad. That's what I deserve. Why am I going to an ordinary school? I should go to the premium, prestigious school, because this is what I deserve. Why am I going to some local college? I should be going to Columbia, isn't it? Because this is what I deserve. So when we make such claims thinking that I deserve much more than what I've got, yes, you can always feel like that, but we only get what we deserve. Believe me, we never get less than what we deserve. That is karma. So don't feel cheated when you don't get what you want. Why? Because we are only getting what we deserve. If you only studied for 5 marks and you expect 10 marks, that's where is the problem in expectation. Because you have only written for 5 marks, you get 5 marks. Of course, if you account for the silly mistakes, then even lesser. So we are only getting what we deserve. So when we come into such presence of mind, understanding, yes, the Supreme Lord has made such a perfect system based on karma that whatever I'm getting is what I deserve, both the good and the bad, then we'll be very much satisfied. If we unnecessarily expect more than what we have, then tena taktena bunjita magda kasa suddhanam, then we'll become greedy, then we'll become envious, then we'll become angry. We go into more and deeper illusion, because we are always thinking, no, that fellow, he has what I want, he has what I deserve, and he doesn't deserve it. Now we become the judge for others also. We think that person doesn't deserve it, I am the smarter one, I deserve it, isn't it? You see, not only we think ourselves great or we deserve more, we also think that others are lesser and they don't deserve what they have. But we should understand, this is not our system that is running. We are in the part of the system, and the system is created by
Krishna.
Sure. System is created by the Supreme Lord. Yeah.
Devotees
Your mic?
devotees doesn't have their karma in account, since Krishna take our karma into his account and then he will give accordingly.
Correct.
So how does our day to
Same
day
thing.
deserve?
Whether you get it from your karma or whether Krishna gives it to you, you get what you
Deserve.
deserve.
Still, it works from our previous.
Krishna can choose. Say, for example,
So Krishna has more freedom in his devotees'
More
life.
freedom. He's completely free.
I mean, no. I mean, Krishna has more hand in his devotees
Lives than any other.
than normal.
He does for everyone, but for his devotees, he is personally present. Personally does everything.
But still, our
Karma.
deserve.
No. So as soon as one becomes a devotee of Krishna, Krishna takes the entire karma account and holds with him. But he feels, see, I took away this karma, but if I let this karma happen, so my devotee will be purified and become better devotee. So he allows some karma to happen. He is giving that karma now.
Prabhuji,
Yeah.
I have one more question.
What if the devotee who, like, he asks the blessings for other person, like, you may consider it as an attachment or something, but
Okay.
that person could be a son or a someone who this devotee admires for his or
Okay.
her good deeds. If the devotee asks something for that person, will that be like,
It's not part of karma.
it's not part of karma,
No.
yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
will that be handled in a better way? Like, he's asking for someone else, like,
Okay. So yeah, Krishna can show mercy. Krishna knows what is best. We say, okay, my dear Lord, this devotee is undergoing so much of trouble in his life. I hope they may get better so that they can practice Krishna consciousness nicely.
I mean, like
So
that.
we pray for the other devotee to the Supreme Lord, but we always say, but my dear Lord, you know everything. This is just my humble request, if you so desire. And then if Krishna desires, yeah, he can help. And if he feels, yes, but that devotee needs to undergo that. See, we should not try to become more compassionate than the Lord. So there we will fail miserably. It's like that story that one small son, mother took her son to the doctor and he was diagnosed with a problem, a fatal disease, and he was instructed by the doctor not to eat any deep fried things. So initially, when he would ask for pakoda, mother would give pakoda. Next time after the diagnosis, when the boy started asking for pakoda, my mother would give him a slap. He didn't understand the formula. What happened? So the sister who did not go with the mother to the doctor, she did not know the diagnosis. She didn't understand the prescription, the instruction of the doctor. So she felt mother is very cruel. How can she give a slap? He's only asking after all for a pakoda.
Yeah.
What is so big in pakoda? So when she went one day for shopping, the sister went and she made some pakodas for the son. And then she fed the pakodas to the son. What do you think will happen?
He will be ill.
He died. Fatal disease. So when the sister tried to become more compassionate than the mother knows what she's doing. You can of course clarify, my dear mother, can you please tell me why did you act like this? I couldn't understand your behavior. Then she will say. But if one thinks that, oh, mother, probably she's too stressed out in the kitchen, maybe I'll try to help out other living entities. So one is trying to bypass the mother and trying to show more compassion, then it will fail miserably. It is nice that the living entity wants to help, but just the desire to help is not sufficient. What is important?
The person should deserve.
No.
Sense of clarity.
Sanction of Krishna, sense of clarity. Not only the desire to help is sufficient, you also need to know how to help. Isn't it? Like, say a small child is crying and then the mother comes and says, oh beta, I know you just want some kisses from me. He's saying, feed something to me. Or he's crying thinking that because some mosquito is biting and the mother is feeding him. He wants to say that there's a mosquito, try to get it away from me. So when there's a miscommunication problem, desire of the person to help is nice, but if we do not know how to help, it is not of so much use just to have the desire to help.
So first we need to ask Krishna, how can I help this person?
Yeah,
like,
very
what
good.
is a better way?
Yes.
And then ask him if
The best way to help any living entity is connect back the living entity to his original father.
Yeah.
Krishna will take care.
Yeah.
His own son, no? We try to become the father then. So better you say.
There is a request that we could ask him, like, he or she is suffering a lot. Could you please help him?
You can always, yes. He's already doing it. Therefore, the request is like sometimes meaningless.
Oh, that request was actually initiated by Krishna himself.
Okay. Yeah, actually, so Krishna actually helps. He knows what is every devotee going through. But we can always request that. I know you already know it. In case my request is that some good happens, and you know the best way to help you. That's it. Krishna. Did we read the meaning for this one? Yes. Okay. Every day of Brahma, Brahma is creating. Next. Bhutagrama sevayam
Bhutagrama sevayam
Bhutva Bhutva praliyate
Bhutva Bhutva praliyate
Ratyagame Vashah Partha
Pratyagameva Shakpartha
Prabhavatyah Ragame.
Prabhavatya Ragame.
Next. Yeah.
Again and again, when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being. With the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated.
Living entities are not annihilated, but their bodies are gone. So at the end of when Brahma sleeps, when the material world is destroyed, the universe is destroyed, where do all the living entities go? You know, have you seen I'm not sure if I've seen the creation. I'm not sure if I can bring it up here. Let me see. Let me try. Brahma creation. Okay. Let me put Iskcon so that we get Iskcon paintings, which I want to show you. Images. Okay, none of these. Okay, let me put planetary system. Garbhodaka. Okay. This.
The one with the bubble.
Sorry?
I think is it?
It's the
This one, right?
Yeah.
No.
You can see this here?
yeah.
Don't worry, there are too many technicalities to understand today. You can't understand everything today. At the same time, it's not very difficult to understand. You can see the 14 planetary systems, starting with Satyaloka, ending in Patala. Middle is the Bhuloka, where we are there. See, it's there written, you are here. That's where you are watching this film. So on top there is Brahma, that's Brahma Loka, Satyaloka, Brahma's abode. And you'll see the first 6 planets, planetary systems are the higher planets. And the middle one is the Bhuloka, and the lower planet systems are the subterranean planets, Atala, Vitala onwards. So below the material universe, what do you see? Garbhodaka ocean. Now that Garbhodaka ocean is called as that is the ocean where the Supreme Lord Vishnu, as Garbhodakshai Vishnu, is residing. Why is he called Garbhodakashai Vishnu? Udakashai means he is resting Vishnu. But Garbhodakashai means from his navel, the lotus comes, which the green stem you can follow. On the lotus, Brahma is there.
Yes.
Yeah? Is it okay? Yeah. I mean, there's much more ahead also, spiritual realm. This is just the focus which I want to get to. So now when the material, this universe, this particular universe gets destroyed. See, there are multiple universes. When the scientists say multiverse theory, multiple universe, they're still theorizing, hypothesizing. But the Shastras say the millions of universes, and the comparison is given of bag of mustard seeds. If you take a big bora or a sack of mustard seeds, can you count number of mustard seeds?
No.
It's like you can almost say infinite.
Yeah.
So similarly, the number of universes are like that. And every universe there is Garbhodakshai Vishnu at the bottom, from where lotus sprouts and Brahma is there, and the 14 planet systems are created by Brahma. So when the 14 planet systems are destroyed, of course not Brahma's planet, but below that, now all the living entities go and take shelter of Lord Vishnu's navel. They rest there. And the next day when Brahma again creates, again they populate. So the karma also travels with them. Wherever they were supposed to go, that there they will land again. So this happens every day of Brahma like that. So this is Garbhodaksha Vishnu.
Someone who dies in the afternoon, they will go and rest until night, until Brahma wakes up.
Brahma's night, you cannot pin
Okay.
it. Na. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So again and again when Brahma's day arrives, all living entities come into being. And with the arrival of Brahma's night, they are helplessly annihilated. So annihilated means the body is annihilated and they take rest in Brahma's navel. Okay. Sorry, Vishnu's navel. I was checking if you are awake. See, this is important verse. Parastasmatu bhavonyo
Parastasmatu bhavanyo
vyakto vyaktat sanatanaha
yakto vyaktat sanatana
yasa sarveshu bhuteshu
yasa sarveshu bhuteshu
nashyatsu na vinashyati.
nasyodana vinishyate.
Now Krishna comes to the point. Yes, next.
Yet there is another unmanifest nature which is eternal and transcendental
Yeah.
to this manifested and unmanifested matter. It is supreme and it is never annihilated. When all in this world is annihilated, that part remains as it is.
Yes. So in total creation of Krishna, there is material world and spiritual world. Destructions happen only in the material world. The spiritual world remains intact. So Krishna is saying, don't worry Arjuna, but I am trying to indicate the other world where you're supposed to be. Don't just worry about this temporary world. Hare Krishna. Yeah, can you read the purport?
Okay. Krishna's superior spiritual energy is transcendental and eternal. It is beyond all changes of material nature, which is manifest and annihilated during the days and nights of the Brahma. Krishna's superior energy is completely opposite in quality to material nature. Superior and inferior nature are explained in 7th chapter.
We already discussed it in 7th chapter. Inferior nature is material energy. Superior nature are the jivas. Okay. Avyaktoksara ityuktas
Avyaktoksara ityuktas
tamahu paramam gatim
tamahu paramam gati
yam prapya ninavartante
ramyam prapya narivarte
taddhama paramam mama.
taddhama paramam mama.
So now what does it mean? What is the spiritual world? So Krishna is giving some understanding. Okay. Next. Yeah. Or can you read?
That which the Vedantists describe as unmanifest and infallible, that which is known as the supreme destination, that place from which, having attained it, one never returns, that is my supreme abode.
Yes. So once you go to the spiritual world, you never return back to this material world. And that supreme destination, it is called as infallible. What does infallible mean? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Cannot be destroyed.
Yeah, it cannot be destroyed. There's nothing temporary in that world. Everything is permanent. And it is described as unmanifest. Why is it unmanifest? It is unmanifest to us. Unmanifest, infallible. And that place from which, having attained, one never returns. Purport, can you read?
The supreme abode of the personality of Godhead, Krishna, is described in the Brahma Samhita as Chintamani Dhamma, a place where all desires are fulfilled. The supreme abode of Lord Krishna, known as Golaka Vrindavana, is full of palaces made of touchstone.
Only palaces. No 1 BHK, 2 BHK. Yeah.
There are also trees called desire trees that supply any type of eatable upon demand, and there are cows known as Surabhi cows, which supply a limitless supply of milk.
All grass-fed, organic A2. The best of the best milk.
In
And
this,
all ahimsa milk.
in this abode, the Lord is served by hundreds of thousands of goddesses of fortune, Lakshmis, and he is called Govinda, the primal Lord and the cause of all causes. The Lord is accustomed to blow his flute, Venum Kavantam.
Panantam.
His transcendental form is the most attractive in all the worlds. His eyes are like lotus petals, and the color of his body is like the color of the clouds. He is so attractive that his beauty excels that of thousands of cupids. He wears saffron cloth, a garland around his neck, and a peacock feather in his hair. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna gives only a small hint of his personal abode, Goloka Vrindavana, which is the supermost planet in the spiritual kingdom. A vivid description is given in the Brahma Samhita, Vedic literatures. Katha Upanishad state that there is nothing superior to the abode of the Supreme Godhead, and that the abode is the ultimate destination.
Yeah, Purushana Param Kinchit Sakashtha Parama Gatihi. When one attains to it?
When one attains to it, he never returns to the material world. Krishna's supreme abode and Krishna himself are non-different, being of the same quality. On this earth, Vrindavana, 90 miles southeast of Delhi, is a replica of that supreme Goloka Vrindavana located in the spiritual sky. When Krishna descended on this earth, he sported on that particular tract of land known as Vrindavana, comprising about 168 square miles in the district of Mathura, India.
Yeah. So when Krishna comes from the spiritual abode, where is God, if you ask? Where is he? Yeah, he's everywhere through his energies. But where is he personally? Golok Vrindavan. He's personally there. That's his address. And Vrindavan, as Sri Prabhupada is mentioning in the purport, the spiritual world is a place where the trees are Kalpavriksha trees, desire fulfilling trees. All the cows are Surbi cows, give limitless milk, and no huts and no cottages. Everything is palace made of Chintamani gem. And there's no dust. It's all Chintamani on the sand particles. It's all Chintamani particles. And all the devotees are focused simply on one thing, that is service to Krishna, whatever pleases Krishna. That is the glory of that abode. And is also described, they all fly in the airplanes. No motor cars, no fuel extracting from the earth. Like Pushpaka Vimana, even in this world it was there, which goes by the desire of the mind. The Pushpaka Vimana goes. So similarly, in the spiritual abode, you cannot even imagine how it can be, because we only have experience of this mortal world, and we think everything should die, everything has an end. But Krishna says that world is completely contrary to our understanding of this world, which is by our experience. Okay. Purusha Sapara Partha Bhaktya Labhyastu Ananyaya Yasyantastani Bhutani Yena Sarvam Idam Tatam. Next. Yeah.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is greater than all, is attainable by unalloyed devotion. Although he is present in his abode, he is all pervading and everything is situated within him.
Yeah. So that spiritual world is kept separate only for his devotees. So if you want to go there, you will have to cultivate a lot of devotion to Krishna. Not anyone is allowed to go there. So people in this world, we are all trying to put a full stop to suffering. Till the time we're in the material world, we have to experience suffering. Is there anyone in the room who has never experienced suffering? Anyone, but maybe in the room some great souls and never experienced suffering? No, all of us have to suffer. You can do all your good karma, still you cannot escape suffering. Because Krishna himself called this material world as dukkha levana shashvatam. So suffering will be there. But if you want to put a full stop to all misery, if you want to become completely happy, attain eternal happiness, the only way is to go to the spiritual abode, where there is no envy, where everyone is simply happy, serving the Supreme Lord, who is kept in the center point. He is kept at the center of everyone's desires and activities. So that Supreme Abode can also manifest in this world, when we make Krishna as a center point in our lives. Then we are living that consciousness. Srila Prabhupada, wherever he would go, he would say, my temples are all Vaikuntha. They are non-different from a spiritual abode. Provided all the devotees in the temple are thinking simply of the deity's pleasure, then that place is Vaikuntha. Even though just as you step out, you come across, you have a full blow of the material world of New York City. As soon as you're in the temple, it's Vaikuntha, spiritual abode. So therefore, if we have the same level of consciousness, it's called the Vaikuntha consciousness or spiritual consciousness. You can be in the spiritual world even while being in the material world. And when we maintain that consciousness after quitting the body, then we go to spiritual world. So, what we will do, I mean, we'll complete this chapter, the 3 more verses, but next time we will go through a PowerPoint presentation where we'll see how can I put faith in the spiritual world. Can I put faith in the spiritual world? Very important presentation. And that will help us understand, because otherwise we may think, yeah, sounds like a nice fiction novel. There is some place somewhere which no one has seen, and sounds too good to be true. Yeah, anyway, these sadhus are supposed to talk some nonsense like this. Or when is prasadam? So whatever we present based on shastra, and we present scientifically. So next time we will go to that. So don't miss it. So now what we will do is we'll quickly go to the next verse. Okay. Yatra kale tvanavrittim avrittim chaiva yoginah prayata yanti tam kalam vakshami bharatarishabha.
O best of the Bharatas, I shall now explain to you the different times at which, passing away from this world, the yogi does or does not come back.
Yeah, now Krishna is telling a yogi has to worry a lot about when he should die. Because if he dies at a particular time, only then he can go back to spiritual world. If he does not, then he has to come back to the material world. But then finally Krishna tells Arjuna, for you don't have to worry, because you are my devotee. I will take care. Agni Jyote Ahak Shukla Shanmasa Uttarayanam Tatra Prayata Gachanti Brahma Brahma Vido Janaha.
Those who know the Supreme Brahman attain that Supreme by passing away from the world during the influence of the very God in the light at an auspicious moment of the day, during the fortnight of the waxing moon, or during the 6th month when the sun travels in the north.
Yeah, we can't remember what we read now. So Prabhupada makes it easy. When fire, light, day and the fortnight of the moon are mentioned, it is to be understood that over all of them there are various presiding deities who make arrangement for passage of the soul. At the time of death, the mind carries one on the path to a new life. If one leaves the body at the time designated above, either accidentally or by arrangement, it is possible for him to attain the impersonal Brahmajyoti. Mystics who advance in yoga practice can arrange the time and place to leave the body. The yogis can do that, when to leave the body. Like Bhishma, he chose when to leave. Others have no control, like us. If by accident they leave at an auspicious moment, they will not return to the cycle of birth and death. But otherwise, there is every possibility that they will have to return. However, see here, for the pure devotee in Krishna consciousness, there is no fear of returning, whether he leaves the body at an auspicious or inauspicious moment, by accident or by arrangement. Why? In the 12th chapter, Krishna tells Arjuna, Tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya aveshata chetasam. Krishna is telling Arjuna that for my devotee who is Maya Avesh, means he is the ghost hunted, like Krishna hunted completely. Always chanting the holy name, always dancing like a madman, doesn't care what the world's thinking of him. Always funnily dressed in dhoti kurta. So for such a person, Maya Aveshata Chetasam, one who has such consciousness, I will personally come and pick up the devotee from the ocean of material existence. Tesham aham samudharta mrityu samsara sagar. From the ocean of birth and death, I will pick him up. Whether he dies in the auspicious moment or inauspicious moment. धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्णः
धूमो रात्रिस्तथा कृष्णः
षण्मासा दक्षिणायनम्
षण्मासा दक्षिणायनम्
तत्र चान्द्रमसं ज्योतिर्
तत्र चान्द्रमसं
योगी
ज्योतिर्
प्राप्य निवर्तते.
योगी प्राप्य निवर्तते.
A mystic who passes away from this world during the smoke, the night, the fortnight of the waning moon, or the 6 months when the sun passes to the south, reaches the moon planet, but again comes back.
Such a person has to come back to this. Okay. Anyway. Shukla Krishne gati hyete जगतः शाश्वते मते एकया यात्यनावृत्तिम् अन्यया वर्तते पुनः.
According to the Vedic opinion, there are two ways of passing from this world. One is light and one is darkness. When one passes in light, he does not come back. But when one passes in darkness, he returns.
Okay. नैते स्थिति पार्थ जानन् योगी मुह्यति कश्चन तस्मात् सर्वेषु कालेषु योगयुक्तो भव अर्जुन.
Although the devotees know these two paths, O Arjuna, they are never bewildered. Therefore, be always fixed in devotion.
That is the point. Krishna showed how difficult it is, to attain the spiritual abode. People can't even understand the spiritual abode, what to talk about attaining it. But the devotees don't worry about it. They know both the paths, but they don't care. They just chant Hare Krishna. Whatever happens, just chant Hare Krishna. The Krishna is saying, therefore, always be fixed in devotion. That's our part. And the last verse of the 8th chapter, very important verse. Vedeshu yajneshu tapassu chaiva daneshu yat punya palam pradishtham atyeti tat sarvamidam viditva yogi param sthanam upaiti chadyam.
A person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results derived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, or pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all these, and at the end, he reaches the supreme eternal
Yes, the
abode.
Supreme Lord Shri Krishna is telling Arjuna that don't think that by practicing bhakti, what are you doing? By practicing bhakti, you are getting the result and outcome of all the other paths also. Plus, at the end of this life, you'll go back to spiritual world. Because some people think, oh, I'm practicing bhakti, chanting Hare Krishna. What about raising my Kundalini energy? Krishna is saying, don't worry about it. You practice bhakti, your Kundalini is anyway raised. What about mystic siddhis? Pure devotee has mystic siddhis also. What about becoming smart? I want to develop concentration. You practice chanting Hare Krishna, you will not naturally, as a byproduct, you'll become smarter. Your intelligence opens up. So like this, Krishna says, if you practice bhakti to me, all the fruits of practicing other things, what is it? Dana, yajna, tapaha, jnana, karma, everything the devotee attains as a byproduct. Not that you practice bhakti to attain them. We practice devotional service to become a devotee of Krishna, and Krishna gives other things anyways. So a devotee never feels that he missed out on something by becoming a devotee. A devotee doesn't miss anything. Because he has accepted Krishna, all of Krishna's energies are where Krishna is. The opulence, the fame and name and all these things are Krishna's energies. So Krishna is where his devotees are. So his energies are where Krishna is. So his energies are where devotees are. Yeah? A equal to B, B equal to C, then A equal to C. So therefore what we have to do as devotees is just accept Krishna and install him on the highest pedestal of our heart. Worship him wholeheartedly. Krishna will test us, of course. to check, are you sure you're worshipping me wholeheartedly? If you pass the test, then Krishna is ready to give. If you don't pass the test, then better luck next time. There's always more and more tests. So therefore, and that's how he ends this chapter. See, this verse is the summation of the 7th and the 8th chapter, which particularly deal with Krishna consciousness and devotional service. One has to study the Vedas and the guidance of spiritual master and undergo any austerity penances while living under his care. A brahmachari has to live in the home of the spiritual master just like a servant. He must beg alms from door to door, bring them to spiritual master. He takes food only under the master's order. If the master neglects to call the student for food that day, the student fasts. That's the real brahmachari. These are some of the basic principles for observing brahmacharya. So Prabhupada is explaining all this. How is it performed? Yajna, dana, tapa in the traditional way. Yeah. The beauty of Krishna consciousness, however, is that by one stroke, instead of doing yajna, dana, tapa, and etc., one stroke method is you do one Krishna consciousness. Dhar process. In one hit, all the things are conquered. By engaging in devotional service, one can surpass all the rituals of different orders of life. Okay. See, one should try to understand these chapters not by scholarship or mental speculation, but by hearing them in association with devotees. Okay. Yeah, see, the Gita should be learned only from a devotee. Why? Like Krishna says, Gita can only be understood by the devotees. Otherwise, simply a scholarly presentation won't help us understand anything. If you try to put your scholarly mind to it, you will see what it doesn't make any sense. Only a devotional mind can understand this. Okay, so he concludes like this. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports, the 8th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita, in the matter of attaining the Supreme. So next time we will do that, how can we put faith in the spiritual world, PowerPoint, and then we begin the 9th chapter. Now 9, 10, 11, 12, even more devotional as we go ahead. So thank you very much for your patient hearing. Hare Krishna, is there any doubt or question anyone has? Okay, many are there online. Keeping expectations low is equal to good. I don't understand. What does that mean?
It means when you ask for something and it doesn't happen, instead of questioning the God's plan, it's better you have faith in Him. And
Yeah, that's good. Correct. Okay. So if I meet a homeless person saying, spare change, give me some change, should I then say, well, you're in luck, buddy, I have something far better. You see, there is a God named Krishna and he is your long lost father, so worship him. Is this reaction better than giving change? No. You can give him, before giving him change, you can tell him, can you please chant Hare Krishna? He'll say Hare Krishna, then you give him a change. Or give him prasadam. If you give him change, he'll purchase more drugs. See, you have to see. I can also speak. See, I am speaking Bhagavad Gita. I can speak the highest knowledge, the most complicated way. But I am also trying using my intelligence to put different examples that we can understand, like a student example, corporate example. Why? So that we can understand. Similarly, a beggar cannot directly understand Krishna. How does he understand Krishna? See, God has given you food. Take this. He understands. That's his language, like that. And so if I really wanted to play a video game but I accept Krishna wholeheartedly, thus giving it up, didn't I technically miss out on playing the video game? No, what did you miss out? You missed out wasting time. You saved time. So it is good if you do that. See, playing video game, why do people play? Any idea?
To distract themselves from the miseries that they are going through.
Okay, good. That is to overcome boredom, overcome different other problems in life. They want to change, put their mind on something else, isn't it? And they want to attain some level of thrill. Sometimes normal life is boring, so they want to play video game. If your life is very interesting, will you play video game? You would say, well, this is for kids. I have such a thrilling life, So therefore, when we accept Krishna wholeheartedly, your life will become very thrilling, adventurous. You'll be traveling here, there, preaching the Supreme Lord's words. And you will find some people will question you and challenge you and ask you, can you prove God mathematically? can prove him through physics, and you will have to find answers and back in. So it actually Krishna's devotee's life is very very adventurous. So yes, if you actually accept Krishna wholeheartedly, you won't miss out on anything except wasting time. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. So now we will do chanting. Thank you all of you for joining. Only some devotees have joined. Rishak Prabhu, you are joining for the first time?
In Zoom, yeah.
Zoom, yeah, okay, yeah, correct. You came yesterday, that's why.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And who is Bolt 13 Mini? Bolt 13. Okay.
No, Prabhuji, it's me, Shushaman. It's sorry.
What's your name, Prabhu?
Shushaman.
Sushma. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for joining. And who is joining home? Who is home? Oh. Okay, no answer. Okay, thank you, all devotees for joining. We'll do chanting now. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhara, Shivasadi, Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.